This is the realistic side of finding out your child's got leukemia. Do not take life for granted.
For those who don't know us, this is me, Scott. This is my wife, Katie, and this is our son, Super Ted. We are the Bridge family, trying to get the most out of this rat race we all call life. On the 24th of February 2023, our whole world got turned upside down when we got told our 9-month-old son had been diagnosed with high-risk AML leukemia. For anyone that doesn't know what that stands for, it's acute myeloid leukemia, which is a type of blood cancer. Yes, I said it. Cancer. As you can imagine, life froze. Every parent's worst nightmare was happening right in front of our eyes. With childhood cancer happening more and more frequently across the world, we decided to document our journey from start to finish to raise awareness and give cancer within children the exposure it deserves. We hope these videos give people a raw, detailed insight into what's involved, the treatment, the day-to-day hospital life, the emotions that come with having a child with cancer. So ladies and gentlemen, buckle up as we take you along on this whirlwind of a journey to save our son's life. And remember, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised. So if you're interested in following our journey, don't forget to like our video, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you can stick with us on this battle against cancer.
Houston, we have a problem. I've walked out the lounge and he's shut himself in there and keeps shutting the door, but I can't get in. I have to go back, Bubby. I can't. You're in the way of the door for me to open it, mate. Oh, how's your head, Ted? Keep pushing back, Bubby. Try and chuck a toy. And oh, the dog's caught in there as well. Out the way, Willow. Fetch it, Ted.
Let's keep walking around the island, looking for more treasure.
Oh, nearly there. Come on, keep going, mate. Nearly there. Will I drag him or something? I'll just stand there.
Welcome back to our channel, Life with the Bridges. When we returned back from home from our trip away, we knew we had roughly under 2 weeks before we returned back to Gosh, so we wanted to make the most of spending time with the family. To see Teddy thriving with all his cousins meant the world, as that's exactly what he should be doing. We spent so much time playing in the garden and even standing butt naked on the island because he can.
What a lovely day we've had. Oh my good lord, what are you doing on the island?
What have you got
there?
And the day at Bridge HQ wouldn't be complete without some more dance lessons to make sure Teddy was ready and prepared to win over all the nurses on Foxward.
Good morning. A little update for you. We are on the, where are we? 14th of June. We head back to Gosh in 4 days. Teddy's neutrophils have been dropping recently. They were at 1.32 and I think they then moved back down to 0.78. And yesterday they were 0.32, which is pretty worrying because he's meant to be going into BMT, count recovered. But he's also had conjunctivitis. That could be his body just kind of trying to sort that out. But we'll have bloods again tomorrow, just to double check those neutrophils, haven't we? Sorry, we're just mid-party. And yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. We're slowly starting to pack down the house and then get ready for our big stint up in Gosh. So yeah, which is a bit of a bittersweet situation. We know it's what we need to do, and it's where we need to be for his cure, but also we've found home at home again, and it's going to be tough, very tough to leave, but we will do it for our little boy. Until then, we carry on partying on a day-to-day basis. We carry on eating strawberries, don't we? which makes those little blue eyes glow. So yeah, there is our update. Hopefully we'll have some more of an understanding tomorrow what his bloods are like, and then we'll come up with a plan to whether we need to be heading back to Gosh early to try and sort out these neutrophils before BMT. So fingers crossed for Thursday, but today we don't worry about it because it's Wednesday. So happy Wednesday!
With our time at home drawing to a close, I'd been longing to get my running shoes on and go out and chase a sunrise with Willow. This morning, we made it happen.
I know for a fact that fitness is going to be the key to my success, to keeping that headspace strong in that hospital. So for me, it is my only option. But for now, I'm out here with the dog and about to enjoy that sunrise I've been waiting for. And she is gonna be a beauty!
It was the sunrise I'd been waiting for. Knowing what months feel like caught in the four walls of a hospital, it made this sunrise a little bit more special. For those who have been following our journey, know that there are two bone marrow transplant wards called Fox and Robin, but we were yet to find out which one we were going to be admitted to. What happened next truly blew our minds, as this has to be a real life omen. Story time! Teddy was asleep and myself and Katie were sitting in the garden with the back door open. At some point in the night, our unexpected guest must have got in. It was only once we had closed the door, gone to bed and heard something rustling about downstairs in the morning that we found a baby fox in our kitchen and had been there overnight. If this isn't a sign, I don't know what is. Fast forward a week, we got an email from Gosh telling us we were going to be admitted to Fox Ward. This is truly madness.
You don't live here.
Foxes don't eat Cheerios, Kate.
I'm sure that it will provide a Cheerio. Oh God, it's like
After the RSPCA staff member of the family set the fox cub free, it felt someone was looking down on us and trying to give us a sign. But we progressed on with a smile on our face, and it was time for a good scrub in the tub for our cub. The next morning we had to take Teddy up to Gosh for another test under general anaesthetic. If anyone is wondering what Teddy looks like after he's been nilled by mouth after his procedure, here we have it.
Ted, are you hungry?
you've got two bits in your mouth.
This is the first time I think he looks exactly like me, because that's exactly what I look like when I'm drunk. Smudge a sandwich in, mate. It's so funny. Ted, one bit at a time, mate. Greedy pig. Excuse me. Hey, greedy pig. You've still got loads more, mate. There's no rush. You're not going anywhere. This boy's putting away some serious food. He's literally just done a whole sandwich. There's like 2 bits of bread. And he's wading through a whole bag of skips. You're like a dustbin, mate. Oh! Oh. You playing with the dog? What's the day today? Is it Mummy's birthday? Yeah. Going out for... And Father's Day. I'm going to go out for a walk.
We were meant to be back in Gosh on the 18th of June, which is my birthday and also Father's Day. But as we were delayed and still at home, we decided to celebrate by another nice long walk up York Water. back home to have our very own teddy bears picnic. And some messy handprint pictures for the grandparents.
Good morning from a very wide awake Teddy. It is now 7:20 and you've been up since 5:30. It is Monday the 19th of June, and there isn't much to update, to be honest with you. We're obviously not in Gosh when we should be. We should have started chemotherapy today and started his bone marrow transplant journey today, but because of a combination of things, being the donor's cells didn't get extracted at the right time.
On the 16th of June, Teddy's cell donor was meant to have his cells extracted and then be flown over to the UK. We received a phone call advising us that due to technical difficulties, the donor cells were not extracted successfully. The plan was to try and reschedule the extraction, but to also contact the other two donors to see if either of them were able to donate ASAP.
And also Teddy's neutrophils being low. We're hoping today he's going to have some bloods done and see where his bloods are. And yeah, this week we should find some news on hopefully another donor is either on board or extracting his cells. Yeah, big clap. And or why his neutrophils are dropping, because he went in and had a bone marrow aspiration on Friday. So hopefully the results of that will come back sometime this week. So a lot of news, isn't there? A lot of things to be waiting for, but it's okay. We also found a lump on our dog's back, which we had to go and have checked out by the vets and have an aspiration from that as well. So there's two results we're waiting for, one from Teddy and one from Willow. You couldn't write it, but hopefully today will be a nice day, and we are going to hopefully go and get some bloods done this morning and then head out for a walk somewhere, because the weather's meant to be nice. So still trying to enjoy our time back home as much as possible, even though we are ready for bone marrow transplant to start now. But all the time we have with you at home is precious, hey. But should we have some breakfast? Say 3, 2, 1, bye-bye. You got a mouthful of crumpet. Big strong boy. Yeah. Thumbs up.
To be able to spend this time with my boy at home meant nothing short of the world. And he takes after his nanny Sue by absolutely loving a mini milk.
So we have just had an update regarding Teddy's bone marrow aspiration that they had to do on Friday, and our head consultant said out of the 3 tests that come back, 2 of them have come back and they've both come back negative, which is absolutely incredible news. He also had an MPA which shows up any viruses that also came back negative. So we're just waiting for this last 3rd test that will come through, but they're pretty optimistic that the fact that the first 2 have come through negative, hopefully that means the 3rd one will come back negative. So all we've got to do now is just concentrate on getting his neutrophils up.
Welcome to Dr. Teddy's important information. For those who don't know what neutrophils are, neutrophils help your immune system fight infections and heal injuries. They are the most common type of white blood cell in your body. An absolute neutrophil count identifies whether your body has enough neutrophils or if your count is above or below a healthy range.
So we've got his bloods booked for tomorrow, which it will be the 20th, and depending on what his neutrophils are, then we may have to do some IV medication which helps build his immune system.
Dr. Teddy's important information again. GCSF is a growth factor. You may have this drug after chemotherapy to help your white blood cells recover after treatment. GCSF makes some stem cells move from the bone marrow into the blood. Stem cells are very early cells that develop in the red blood cells, white cells and platelets, therefore increasing the strength of the immune system. It can be given either via IV or injection. Over a couple of days to try and get him fighting fit, ready for BMT. We still haven't heard about regarding the donors and whether the cell extraction has been rescheduled, but that is on the agenda to find out hopefully over the next few days. But absolutely incredible news this morning, and we are over the moon to say the least. So little update for you, but yeah, fingers crossed for tomorrow and his neutrophils. We are now on the 20th of June and we have an update from the BMT. They have told us that unfortunately our original German donor, due to the technical difficulties of the extraction not being able to happen, he is now pulled out and unable to donate anymore. The second donor we had was another German donor, but he can't donate till September. And the third was a Turkish guy who can only donate in 2 weeks' time, which would require giving Teddy bridging chemo, which the BMT don't really want to do because his neutrophils are so low. They don't want to weaken his immune system any more than necessary before BMT, so they have officially opted for the umbilical cord, which was their fourth option. Not in terms of the best options, but they're all pretty spot on. But yeah, we are opting for the umbilical cord now, which should mean that we're hoping that hopefully his neutrophils will have gone up with a combination of naturally or the IV medication that we may have to give him over the next couple of days. But we think that the umbilical cord now has been ordered to Gosh and is going to be in Gosh's hands, ready to administer whenever needed.
Look at this boy, just had his bloods back and these neutrophils even dropped even more, 0.11 now. So we're going in to have the IV medication to help boost his immune system. But yeah, you don't even look ill, mate. Apple a day keeps the doctor away. Hopefully.
Pembury having his, what is it called?
GCSF.
GCSF injection to boost that immune system.
Alright.
Apple, good boy.
For those who don't know, Teddy has a Hickman line, and for those who don't know what one looked like, here it is. Over to you, Dr. Teds. A Hickman line is a central venous catheter, most often used for administration of chemotherapy or medication, as well as withdrawal of blood for analysis. Some types are used for apheresis or dialysis. They have also been used for total parenteral nutrition feeds. They are inserted into the jugular vein at the bottom of the neck or the subclavian vein below the collarbone. This allows direct access straight into the bloodstream.
We have had a lot of questions regarding can we help to donate our bone marrow to Teddy, and unfortunately the answer is yes but no. A lot of people have asked if they can specifically be tested to see if they are a match for Teddy, and unfortunately it doesn't work like this. It all goes through the donor registry, which is DKMS. So if anyone is interested in signing up to the donor registry, like myself and Katie have today, it's a really simple process. I'll put the link in the description below to the website. It's 3 swabs that come in the post. You have to swab them around your mouth for 60 seconds per swab, leave them to dry for 5 minutes, put them in a sealed envelope and send them back. It is as simple as that. And by doing this simple swab test, you could save somebody's life in the near future, which is just incredible. So myself and Katie have both done it today. We're going to whack these in the post, and we just hope and long for the day that we get that call to say that it is our turn to donate some bone marrow to somebody to try and save their life. So if you're interested, have a look at the description for the link to the website and get on the donors registry. What bad can come from it? None. But you could save someone's life, which is a big enough reason to get on this. So DKMS, fantastic foundation, get on it. We are now on the 23rd of June. We have 3 days left. We are heading back up on Monday. It is now Friday, and we are heading into Gosh, and it's going to be a big part of this journey now. Is we finally got our date to head back up to Gosh on Monday, which is a long time coming. We're ready to start this process now. As much as we feel inside that we're not, it's just very daunting and overwhelming because it is the biggest hurdle we've got to overcome so far. But it's something that needs to be done. So yes,
it's amazing to have the date in the diary, and the sooner we start this process, the sooner we get an outcome, which is exactly what we want. So Teddy has been having the immune system boosters injections every day. He's had 3 doses of 5, so he's got one today as well and tomorrow. Hopefully his neutrophils will be up nice and high, ready to go in on Monday, and we're looking to start the first round of chemotherapy on Thursday. There's just a few protocols that they've got to go through just to check his levels and give him some precautionary medication before the chemotherapy starts. But all very positive, and we're slowly closing down the house here at home, because we probably will be up there for a good 2 to 3 months. Make sure you stay tuned, keep following us, as we have a lot more coming your way in Teddy's journey to save his life.
Look at that hair, Teddy. It's all growing back. Wow. Full head of hair.
We've found another incredible food item that Teddy likes, and it is
A Magnum.
so today number 4 of the 5 immune system boosting injections went in successfully. Luckily the community nurse came out to us, so we didn't have to go into Tunbridge Wells. You know you're going back to Gosh full time, especially to BMT, when you have 7 pairs of shorts, 7 pairs of socks, 7 pairs of pants and 7 t-shirts all in piles, because you have to change twice a day. Everything has to be so sterile and so clean in bone marrow transplant, and everything has to be washed at 60 degrees and etc, etc. We've got 64 packs of wipes just sitting in a box. It just kind of gives you a brief understanding of the severity of what we're about to go through.
We were up nice and early. Scott took Teddy to our local hospital to have bloods taken to see if he required a 6th GCSF injection. If he did, then we will have to head back later to have this done. Hopefully his neutrophils will have risen enough and it won't be needed. Whilst they were doing this, I spent the morning starting to deep clean the house to make sure it was ready to come back to post-transplant.
And here we are, Ted. Back in the oncology day room, waiting for the nurse to come do his bloods.
Car. You lucky boy that there's a car here. Hey. Say, come on nurses, I need my bloods done so I can go back and have some breakfast. Car. Where's your ear? Where's Teddy's ear? Good boy.
Very clever. I may be biased, but Super Ted is doing well.
Thumbs up.
And just like that, Ted's blood's done. Homeward bound we go. Let's go. That time has come, Willow, to drop you back to your temporary home.
Gonna miss you, darling.
There's not a lot out there that's as tough as handing back your dog, knowing that you're not going to see her for another 2 months, 3 months, whatever, however long it takes. But it's something that we need to do, her to go back to our temporary home, just so we can concentrate on the house and getting that all sorted, because today is our last day back here. However we leave this house will be how we return back to it. So yeah, it's pretty tough, but we'll try not to think about it, just keep myself busy, working along this ever-growing tick list of things to do before we leave. But yeah, tough times, but we will see you very soon, Willow, and the day we be reunited will be a special day again. So, but for now, onwards and upwards. Absolute carnage. So I just rang up Pembury regarding his neutrophils and his blood count, and 3 days ago his bloods were his neutrophils were 0.52, and they have absolutely rocketed to 9.18. How incredible is that? So the GCSF, whatever the injection thing, clearly fucking works. Excuse my French, but we are over the moon about that. So we're just waiting to hear back from Gosh whether we are due to head in for any more injections, but I can't see him wanting any more, surely, because otherwise he'll really will turn into Super Ted. But yeah, what an immune system. We are hot to trot and ready to rumble.
As we closed down the final bits of the house, our admission date back to Gosh was finally here.
Are you ready to get back to Gosh? You're gonna go and beat cancer. Hey, you're a monkey.
With our fox mascot packed, we decided to start the day by clearing our minds and filling it with positivity on our sunrise walk as a family.
Look at that, Ted. What a lovely sunrise on our last morning walk before we head to Gosh.
The day we'd been waiting for such a long time was finally here. This was the big one, our admission to start bone marrow transplant. Without this transplant, Teddy's time would be limited, so we will forever be in debt to that beautiful mum that donated her cord.
We are up, making sure we start this day with a positive attitude. 5:30 sunrise walk, all together as a family, before heading back to Gosh. What a way to start the day. Positive mind, positive attitude. Let's go. Oh, to be on that jet plane rather than going to Gosh. But we need to go to Gosh to get on a jet plane. So that's a way to think about it. Having you a Cheerios, Teds? It is official. Our time here at home is now over and we are heading back up to Gosh to start this bone marrow transplant and give you a second leash of life, hey? I'm so proud of you, mate. I love you so loads. But it's time to do this. So let's go, Super Ted. Your little body is going to take an absolute battering over the next few weeks. But you have got it, mate. Before we start this journey, mate, just want to say how proud I am of you, how much I love you. You're capable, you're incredible, you're courageous, you're strong, and we will get out the other side of this. I love you, mate. I'm so proud of you. So proud. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to follow this journey with me, Teddy and Katie, all going up to Gosh to save this little boy's life. So, yeah, big day for us, but that's a lovely cuddle, mate. Love you. See you at Gosh. Here we go, finally leaving the house off to Gosh. In a wave, Teddy. Next stop, Gosh. Here we go, Teds. This is the start. Big deep breath.
There it was, the sign that makes your heart sink to the pits of your stomach, but also a sign that is going to save our son's life. Here we go, Teds. It's our time to shine. Arriving safely on Foxward, room 5 is a perfect time to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new around here, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to continue following our journey. In our next video, we'll be starting Teddy's bone marrow transplant process, and day by day we'll be taking you with us to continue to raise awareness of childhood cancer. And remember, as always, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised.